Hi, Kelly Phillips here. I wanted to chat with you today on why it's so important to buy a home sooner rather than later. This past year has definitely been a shocker to many people in the market who are looking to buy because the interest rates have increased, oh my gosh, almost double over the past year or so. So I did run some quick numbers just to show the difference between renting versus buying. And then I also have some people who are like, oh, I'm going to save up so I have 20% down payment versus not having the PMI. As you wait, the longer you wait, natural appreciation is occurring in the market. So that home price point that you're looking at now is going to be different as far as what you can qualify for or what you can purchase that same home for 3 years from now. So I did pull numbers in the Charleston area. I am licensed all throughout South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. But I pulled numbers throughout the Charleston area, specifically Hanahan, Goose Creek, Somerville area. And I pulled the rent prices for those areas as well as the listing prices for those areas, so we can see some differences. Let me share my screen here with you and get those numbers up. Don't want to get too techie on you, but certainly do want to show you the data and kind of what I was looking at. So the average list price is a little over $424,000 in those areas. That's specifically in MLS area 62, 71, 72, 73. And then the average rent price is a little over $2,000 per month for rent. So I ran purchase prices of $275, $300, and $325. There are about 50 homes that are listed in MLS currently today, February 21st, that are $300,000 or less for those areas. So, the $275, $300, $325 for the purchase price, that's certainly a reasonable price point. You can find something in that price point. And looking at the monthly payments, that's going to be somewhat close to what you could rent a home for in those same areas. So a $275,000 house is going to pull a mortgage payment of a little over, we'll call it it's $2,053 a month. And then a $300,000 price point is going to have a monthly payment around $2,235 a month. And the $325,000 price point home is going to be about a little over $2,400 a month. The big difference I wanted to share with you today is, what does it look like if you purchased now versus if you waited 3 years? So I used a rate of appreciation of 5% per year. That's a very conservative number. The average rate of appreciation over the past 10 years in the Charleston market has been over 7%, but I do like to err on the side of caution and use kind of conservative numbers here. So if you purchase a $275,000 home today, in 3 years, it's projected to be worth about $318,000. And, that's over $40,000 in equity that you'll gain over the next 3 years on a conservative measure. And then a $300,000 house would be worth about just under $350. $325 is going to be worth about $375-ish. So those are the values and the equity position that you would gain if you were to purchase now versus waiting 3 years. And looking at it from a monthly outflow standpoint, if you buy a $275,000 home today, you could have a monthly outflow of approximately the same as what you would pay on average for rent in that same area. So in about 3 years or so, you'd be right on point with what you'd be spending for the outflow, but you'd have about $43,000 of equity in preparation for your future. So I wanted to share the impact of those numbers with you. And I did, by the way, in my monthly payment, I looked at principal and interest, took into consideration that you'd have PMI or private mortgage insurance. That's additional insurance that's needed on conventional loans if there's less than a 20% down payment, and then estimated property taxes and homeowners insurance. And many homes are in a homeowners association, so you're going to have annual or quarterly association dues. So I just wanted to make sure we take those into consideration. So I put $50 a month in my figures for homeowners association dues as well. So let's look at the median prices throughout the Charleston market. They have continued to rise. This is from 2013 through the, third quarter of 2022. You have continuous trending upward. Housing is a great investment. You need a place to live. You always need a place to live. So if you're going to be paying a monthly expense for a place to live, it might as well be a monthly expense that's being invested in your future. So over the past 3 years, it's been pretty incredible because the average gain for home equity has been $119,000 throughout the Charleston market. Pretty substantial gains. So that's one other way that people are building for their future and saving. And speaking of saving, a lot of people are like, well, how do I get my money together for a down payment? How can I get into a home? So a couple quick tips are, it's great time right now because it's tax season. So hopefully you're getting a refund, tuck it away, don't spend it. And you could potentially take a loan against your 401k or your retirement account. I don't recommend cashing it in, but many of the 401ks or retirement accounts do allow you to take loans against them. So that's something you may want to look into. You could reach out to family members and see if anybody's willing to give you a gift to put towards your down payment. You could obviously save. I highly recommend creating a budget and excluding anything you can exclude from your expenses. So think about what do you pay now that you can do away with, and eliminate expensive entertainment. I know there are so many people that I talk with who are like, yeah, I go out Friday night, Saturday night, a few days during the week, or they just have extra expenses that aren't necessary, that they do have opportunity to eliminate. And I get it, you probably want to go out and it's important to go and have that social interaction, but maybe you can find other means of doing that, such as packing a picnic and going to the beach, eating in and having some friends over versus going out. If you do need to socialize, maybe think about, or at least socialize out, maybe think about ways you could have a cocktail and an appetizer versus a full dinner and then come back home and have that dinner. You could go fishing, you could park hop, you could go for a bike ride or a walk. So there are many activities that you can do that don't really cost any money or much money, or there's different ways that are usually you're able to scale back. So if you go to travelerofcharleston.com, there are 25 ways that I found that are either free or very little expenses for entertainment. Riverfront Park in North Charleston, you have Waterfront Park downtown, you go walk in the Battery. They have arts walks, farmers markets all throughout the Charleston area. So there are so many different ideas. If you want to check out that website, it looked to have a lot of fun things listed there. So anyways, call me today. I'm happy to help you with creating a game plan and preparing for your future and helping you to come up with ideas to put some money together. You can reach me at 843-209-8805. Let's start planning for your future.